Just kidding. What's up, guys? So, in the previous video, I mentioned wanted to show off some of the farms we've built here on the Unity server. So I figured I would have Chess here.
What's up?
Accompany me. Chess is gonna sort of offer a little bit of input as far as the building, since he helped me. Me and Chess almost single-handedly, or I guess double-handedly, have built all of the sort of mega SciCraft style farms on the server, so figured we'd have Chess here along to show off what we've done. So this here is our AFK box. It's decked out to also be our item storage, since with witch farms it doesn't really matter about having opaque blocks and such around it. So this is, like I said, this is our storage. So here we house all of our redstone and we craft it up. It does get better rates than what you see here. It's just a lot of it has been taken by various players because this is a community farm meant to service everyone who needs stuff. But yeah, so we're collecting majorly redstone and glowstone, and then this farm also produces a ridiculous amount of gunpowder as well. But we have a farm a little bit later that will produces more gunpowder than that. Also, we're keeping some of the extraneous items that are produced by witches. But so yeah, I guess we'll just pop into FreeCam here and take a look around. Alright, so I'm in FreeCam now so that we can get a little bit better the view of the farm rather than me flying around in circles over and over again. So I'm going to let Chess talk a little bit, since he built the farms, about who designed them and how they work.
Okay, so basically this is a shifting floor witch farm designed by Ilmango. It's from well before 1.15, meant for older versions, but it still works just fine. So basically the shifting floor, there's a tripwire that the mob spawns inside of, because tripwire doesn't make the block non-spawnable. And they spawn on these solid smooth stone blocks. And then when there is a mob detected, it shifts the floor over and they fall through, and then they fall onto the hoppers and die.
Out of FreeCam now. So this is our perimeter. Chess, is it strictly necessary that we built the perimeter?
It's not necessarily, it's not necessary to build the perimeter, I guess, but we built it because it was easier to build a perimeter than to light up caves.
Yeah.
It also looks super cool and is better for lag, so.
Yeah, so essentially with a normal farm, you'd have to eliminate all spawning spaces, you'd have to go through and light up all of the caves. So instead we decided to just world eat out all of this. We'll show a little bit later, since we tore down all of the world eater stuff at a different farm. We'll show the design we use. But as you can see here, there's items that are flowing down below us, so I guess it is functioning. But yeah, also these walls, we've sort of duplicated at all of our mega perimeters. Ilmango's wall maker design, which allows us to use concrete powder, which we also use the duper for, to just make the walls build themselves. So all we have to do, I'll fly over here and show you, we just have a little player over here that AFKs in a machine that pushes every time you place, and then has repeating little units that build the wall for you. It's pretty cool. So yeah, this is a witch farm. So this was the first perimeter that we did, and if you've never built a perimeter, you won't understand, but once you build one, you start to get an itch. So I guess we'll go to our next perimeter that we decided to build. Alright, so here we are at our second perimeter. Chess and I didn't actually make this one. We did a lot of the later work. Two of our other members, Grinch and Cleans, did most of the world-eating side of it. We sort of came in and did the floor and the walls and the design here, but won't go into too much detail about this farm. Same concept with the concrete for the walls, just in a randomized pattern, matching sort of creeper skin aesthetics, and then these giant creeper logos on the wall. But as you can see here, same as the witch farm, it goes down to bedrock, and it's I believe this one's a 17 by 17 chunk perimeter, just to eliminate all spawning opportunities except in the farm. So if you go down here, you can see there's 2 cells built up here. Eventually it'll be 9, I believe, but since we're resetting our nether for the 1.16 update, you can't see the back end side of it. Chess, do you want to sort of explain how nether portal based sort of farms work?
Yeah, sure. So the nether portal, the point of using nether portals for this is so that it instantly eliminates the mobs from the mob cap. So whereas this farm would normally take up a lot of the mob cap, taking time to kill the mobs, it just kills them much faster to remove them as quickly as possible.
Right, so there's a lot of farms that utilize this now because people realize it's like the fastest way to get rid of mobs. Like I said, we're resetting the nether at 1.16, so the back end of this is not completely done. But essentially, the creepers are scared by cats. I'll go into free cam here. They're scared by cats in the center there. They run, and then they hit these nether portals. Then on the other side at the nether, they're dropped 23 or whatever blocks and then collected. But by shooting them into the nether, it eliminates the mob cap, allowing a bunch more mobs to spawn in their place. So yeah, this is the second perimeter, I think, chronologically that was made. So I guess we'll move on to our third. All right, so here we are at the third of our perimeter farms. Chess is looking around for the camera because I'm in F5. But yeah, so we'll just show this one off. It basically same again as the creeper. We use the concrete duper to make these really cool walls. It's just really satisfying to watch these things build themselves. This one, since it's a general mob farm, we didn't really have a color scheme, so just went with yellow and black. Supposedly this is, what, a 6-to-1 ratio, but it really looks like half and half. But I think Chess took a schematic of it, and it is legitimately, what, 60-40?
Yeah, 60, no. Yeah, 60-40 roughly. 65-35 I think is.
Yeah,
what it is.
Doesn't look like it. But yeah, so actually, to show this one off, Chess, do you wanna go up to the AFK box, and I'll go into spectator here?
Yep, I can do that.
All right, so here we are. So Chess is up in the little AFK box way up there. This farm utilizes the same concept as the witch farm that Chess explained. It's the shifting floor mechanic again, because soul sand is microscopically smaller than concrete. Mobs sort of get stuck in between them when you transition the blocks with pistons. So as you can see, that creeper right there. So this utilizes that mechanic. Unlike Chess's witch farms, this doesn't use tripwire. It just is on a clock, because it would just be triggering constantly and create a lot of lag if it was on tripwire. But as you can see, it's on a clock here, so I think it's about every 15 seconds or so, it starts this wave of pistons that shift the blocks and cause the mobs to drop. So they fall down here onto this magma floor. Magma floor is there in case any of the mobs survive, and it'll eliminate them if they have armor or whatever. So then that's collected over here by these droppers that spit it into a water stream, and then we collect them over here. It's super efficient. I don't think we mentioned rates on either of the past two farms. This one is about 80,000 to 100,000, but since it relies on the entire mob cap going to the single player, in addition that it also creates a lot of lag, we don't run this one super often. But if you have a sole player online loading only this area, I think it can boost up to 110,000. This is also a Il Mango design, but this one's sort of adjusted for the server specifically. I went with these, I think it's 30 by 60 design, just to fit in this perimeter and also not generate a ton of lag. He has options that go up to, I think, 80 blocks and 5 layers, and I decided to do the smaller version. As you can see, it's still very efficient. So we use this to collect mainly bones, but it also collects a lot of other drops. So as you can see here, this is just since Chess has been standing here, we almost have a double chest of bones. So yeah, I guess we'll head on over to our last and largest perimeter. All right, so here we are at our sort of in-progress perimeter. Chess took it upon himself to build a render distance perimeter here. As you can see, it's still relatively unfinished. It's all bedrock and lava. But this is a 5x1 slime chunk that we found. And yeah, it produces a lot of slime. So Chess, you want to talk a little bit about the farm?
Yeah, so it's a basic slime farm. It uses the iron golems attraction, or I guess it uses the slime's attraction to iron golems. So basically, because the slimes have no AI, they don't care that there's no blocks in between, and they just decide to pathfind to the iron golems. And then they fall off onto the magma cube, the magma blocks, and they take damage from the magma blocks, or from just fall damage. The farm produces somewhere around 80,000 drops per hour with other players online, so it's pretty efficient.
Yeah, we actually spent what was it, about 2 hours last night crafting all of it into slime blocks. And as you can see, it's filling right back up. Resulted in double chest and a half of shulkers full of slime blocks. I don't know what we need them all for, but it was a lot of fun to build. So you might have noticed in the background here, there's a giant furnace array that Chess has built. Obviously, if we're going to do black concrete with orange glass on top of it, we need a lot of glass. And since you have to cook that, Chess went ahead and built this furnace. Do you want to talk a little bit about that, Chess?
Yeah, so this is the furnace array we've built. It uses carpet duping over here as the fuel source, because carpets, they're not necessarily great for smelting, but they can be obtained really quickly and they're easily renewable with carpet duping. It can hold, I believe it's somewhere in the range of 250 stacks of items at a time. And it'll do about, I believe it's like 128 items every 10 seconds.
Whoa, that's really fast. Did you design this one, or did you get it from someone?
No, this is somebody else's design, but I extended it because I made it longer, added more storage and things.
Gotcha. Yeah, so like I said, this sort of purpose-built for Chess to have his own sort of super smelter, but also because, we have 1 million glass to place?
135,000 glass, 135,000 concrete.
Yeah,
so excluding the walls.
1 million, like I said. Yeah, we also have to do the walls. So yeah, this is the biggest perimeter. The others have been 16 to 17 chunks wide. Chess, this one is how many?
22 by 22.
22 by 22. So it is obviously much bigger than the others. Also housed in this area, we can go over here and take a look. Since there's a river biome flowing through this area, Chess has created a squid farm. I think you have it deactivated now because you have more than enough.
Yeah, the nether side's deactivated because I have an entire double chest of shulkers full of ink. So.
Right. So this one, you can correct me if I'm wrong. This uses the same principle as the creeper farm, in that by getting the mobs into the nether as fast as possible, you can generate as many as you want. So since this is a river biome right here, squid will spawn given the parameters that Chess has set up, and produces a lot of squid. How much ink do you have?
I have an entire double chest of shulker boxes of ink, so more than enough for any person.
Yeah, we were worried that since our Witherose farm sort of blew itself up, that we wouldn't have a black dye resource, but I think Chess has taken care of that for us with this farm.
Yeah, one of the main reasons for the efficiency is that the squid basically spawn inside the portal blocks as they spawn, so they're almost instantly teleported to the nether.
All right, so you may be wondering, probably not, but I'm going to tell you anyways how we dug these perimeters. Obviously, the fastest method is using TNT duping. You may have seen online, there's a lot of designs, mainly by the SciCraft guys, of giant world eaters and such. But we actually used a bunch of these little guys. It's a very simple two-way flying machine. I think for this perimeter, we used like 6 of them, right?
Yeah, well, we used like 6 on the high layer, and then I think I did like 4 on the lower layer.
Yeah, so since it had some mountain and some large sand mountains, we had to do 2 passes for this one, just because you can't. TNT has I think it's 77 blocks that it'll drop before it explodes, so if you do it high enough to get the mountains, then obviously it won't get down to bedrock, so little time consuming to do it, but these actually worked out great. They're very easy to build, and they worked super well. They leave in places where there isn't lava, they leave a really clean bedrock floor. Not sure whose design this is. We actually stole this from Cleans and Grinch, who did the creeper perimeter. They were using these. Me and Chess were attempting to build an El Mango World Eater, and it seemed pretty daunting. So we ended up using these for all the other perimeters. They do about, I guess, a slice of 16 by 1 in about an hour. So there's a lot of time spent AFK with these guys, but I think they did a really good job.
This is actually designed by Rayworks.
Oh, okay. All right, guys, so that's basically all of our mega farms that have perimeters. Just wanted to show those off. I'm sure I'll make another video showing off all the other glorious farms that we've built on the server, mainly by this guy right here. Thanks, Chess, for coming along and helping.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And hope you guys enjoyed this, whoever's out there watching. Bye.